I'm Alister. I work at Dotmatics. I'm the global head of science and technology. My background is as a scientist. I was a researcher in pharmaceuticals for 10 years before I made the jump into software. And now I work at Dotmatics to really help bridge the gap between the science and the challenges that technology brings to scientists so that they can actually really start capturing scientific data, being able to use it correctly, and hopefully get great insights from it. And for patients and for folks out there in the general public, really bring treatments and new products to market faster. So there's a huge amount of challenges. Taking a drug to market takes anywhere up to a decade, has been common. It's cost over $2 billion. And quite honestly, when you get to clinical stages, the chance of success is still pretty poor. Even when you have a good clinical candidate, your chances of getting a drug on the market is maybe 11% from that original clinical candidate. And that changes across different types of drug treatments for oncology or whatever it may be. So challenges there. So what we're trying to do is what we're trying to help our customers do is really make that essentially reduce that cost down, basically reduce the time down. And that obviously has a big impact on the cost of the product that then gets launched to the market. Patients will hopefully start seeing drugs that are more affordable. But the big challenge in that discovery funnel is that attrition. It's really bringing good quality candidates that have got a great chance of success so that when we get to the market and where we get to the clinic even, we've got a better chance of getting through those multiple stages of clinical studies and hopefully getting stuff to patients faster. So what we see is that the drug discovery funnel usually starts in early research where scientists are making thousands to tens of thousands of different molecules, entities, be it biologics or small molecules or whatever, any combination thereof nowadays in our multimodal world. So they're making lots of things and they're trying to filter that funnel down to get to clinical candidates. But what happens through that process is it's slow, it's iterative. And what we really want to help using things like AI is to allow to move away from being a predictive future where scientists have had predictive analytics for a long time. Even back when I was in the lab, we had computational chemistry as a tool. But now being able to be more generative, using AI to actually not just predict which will be successful, but also give you suggestions based on the data that it's seen, what you could potentially do yourself. So this is really like I see it's like a scientist's co-pilot, something alongside them to help them really drive that funnel down. And then from the other end, I think there's a huge opportunity in the clinic where we can actually start looking at phenotyping and starting to look at things that are more like precision medicine, where you can look at the patient and then start marrying up that patient's phenotype with the drug that you're potentially going to treat them with, so that again you can get a greater chance of success. So Dotmatics was born out of an idea that scientists need to be able to capture and use the data that they have in a scientific way, and they have to be able to do that in a self-service manner. So we were born out of this vision of allowing scientists to get access at data when they need it. And then as that's developed, we've grown our business and we've now got so many different areas that we cover. And as I said, we're covering modalities. We used to be a small molecule company, but now you see across drug discovery, we're working into biologic space, like could be RNA, DNA, it could be working with companies making antibodies, proteins, and so on. So all of those different modalities, we are really giving an organization a central way of organizing and managing all of that data so that they can then leverage it with AI, with more traditional analytics as a way of identifying the correct candidates they want to take forward. So Dotmatics is that central hub for all of their data. I think at the start of this event, sorry, if I go back, at the start of 2023, there were 15 drugs in the clinic at that point, where the initial discovery of them came through AI pathways. And that's a good example of how it's already happening. Of course, the whole process still takes time. AI is no guarantee of success, but really what it is an opportunity to give yourself a better chance of success. So what we see is that we will have drugs, and there will be some, I'm sure, out of those 15 just last year, some of them are, the game of averages tells you that some of them are going to make it. Some won't, and we've really got to discover more about the inherent biology, which is one of the bigger challenges, of course, of understanding the mechanisms of action of certain drugs to make sure that we can have a chance of success. But I think what the reality is, we will see drugs over the next 3, 4, 5 years that the initial discovery of them came through AI pathways.